Welcome back as Movies Flakes presents the eagerly anticipated romantic and love review of Stupid Wife Season 5, which is packed with sexy episodes, a sweet love story, an interesting drama, and an amazing ensemble piqued my interest, and I'm looking forward to the following seasons. Leia feels frightened. She's actually more than scared. Leia is very afraid. Though she is not the only one who sees Tedros as a threat to Jocelyn, it is through her eyes that we feel the terror and discomfort of their relationship. Daybreak, the third episode of HBO's The Idol, revolves around Leia's perception of events. Though Sennott's character isn't present for the full plot, she decides what we see of Tedros and Jocelyn's daily lives and provides the key to interpreting it. Meanwhile, we see Tedros through Jocelyn's eyes, but also the community that surrounds him. To her, the beauty and genuineness of plainly brilliant musicians like Chloe and Isaac are just as essential, if not more, than the mysterious attraction she has for Tedros. Finally, Jocelyn adores Tedros because she believes he will allow her to be herself. Leia, on the other hand, realizes she couldn't be more wrong. Because of this, she is the only one who is not permitted, or compelled, to take part in Jocelyn's last humiliation in Daybreak, the one that finally cements Tedros as a part of her existence. Daybreak starts off innocently enough with a shopping trip. Tedros persuades Jocelyn to go shopping for new clothes, most likely as part of his plan to take over her life. After all, in order to have complete influence over a star, a cult like Guru must first dominate her public image. Tedros accomplishes this not only by directing Jocelyn what to dress, but also by accompanying her in public, making an impression on both her youthful fans and the ever-vigilant paparazzi. He even gets to choose who gets to look at Jocelyn. Once inside the Valentino store, Tedros threatens a hapless employee who was only trying to sell some clothing because he was reportedly ogling a woman. After that, he had sex with her in a fitting room. It's a strange sequence that's meant to presage something. As the episode ends, we're supposed to remember Jocelyn requesting Tedros to spank her earlier. However, while we observe, it is difficult not to feel sorry for the two salespeople who are fidgeting nervously on the other side of the door. Working in retail is not for the faint of heart. Being a personal assistant to a pop star on the verge of joining a cult is neither. As Tedros and Jocelyn cause havoc in the store, a distraught Leia, who has been compelled to drive them on this journey, cries out in despair, seeks to convey her grief to a blithe Chaim. While wandering aimlessly down Rodeo Drive, Leia informs him that Tedros has totally taken over the mansion and has even forced Jocelyn to dismiss one of her employees. She portrays a picture of a true monster who is gradually annihilating Jocelyn as a human. Chaim, on the other hand, appears unconcerned. Neither does Dee, who can't get over how much of a pain Leia is to her. Nonetheless, Dee and Chaim are waiting for Jocelyn when she returns from her shopping expedition. They take Jocelyn and Tedros over to the side for a little heart-to-heart as Leia attempts to get all of the garments out of the car. After failing badly in their attempts to elicit information about Tedros' history, Chaim and Dee settle for being impressed by his musical aptitude and know-how. They inform Leia that they like the guy as they leave the house. Only when they are alone in the car do Chaim and Dee admit to one another that they believe their girl is in danger. Meanwhile, Leia is left to worry on her own, keeping a close eye on Jocelyn and Tedros' public demonstrations of devotion. In The Idol Episode 3, Jocelyn finds community in Tedros' inner circle. Lily-Rose Depp in The Idol image courtesy of HBO. But the spell Tedros has cast on Jocelyn isn't a one-wizard job. Diane takes up her part as he whispers romantic nothings into her ears in the music video for World Class Sinner. When he's not around, Chloe and Isaac must impress her with their talent and empathy. Jocelyn discovers a community of artists who sing about deep, heartfelt subjects in them, as well as in the rest of Tedros' entourage. And, as she becomes enamored by them, she allows them to gradually indoctrinate her into Tedros' religion. It all starts when Isaac invites her to record a song with him and she declines. This, according to him and Chloe, is the type of behavior Tedros despises. According to his attitude, you can't say no to anything, because even the worst experiences can be useful when it comes to creating art. Jocelyn is first skeptical of the yes man phenomenon, but Chloe and Isaac explain that even tragic circumstances, such as the death of a loved one, can lead to potentially life-saving music. Jocelyn tells Isaac to kiss Ramsey, another member of Tedros' inner circle, to test their loyalty to this belief. When he complies, it all starts when Isaac invites her to record a song with him and she declines. This, according to him and Chloe, is the type of behavior Tedros despises. According to his attitude, you can't say no to anything, because even the worst experiences can be useful when it comes to creating art. Jocelyn is first skeptical of the yes man phenomenon, but Chloe and Isaac explain that even tragic circumstances, such as the death of a loved one, can lead to potentially life-saving music. Jocelyn tells Izak to kiss Ramsey, another member of Tedros' inner circle, to test their loyalty to this belief. When he obeys, he asks her whether he would have done it even if it made Leia feel horrible. Jocelyn wants Izak to kiss her since he claims he will. He does not say nay, but he relies on others to warn Jocelyn that this is a bad decision. Why? She inquires. He responds, "You know Tedros would FC King kill me." His life philosophy appears to have a limit. When he obeys, he asks her whether he would have done it even if it made Leia feel horrible. In The Idol episode 3, Tedros forces Jocelyn to talk about her mother. The Idol's Abel Tesfaye and Lily-Rose Depp image courtesy of HBO. While Jocelyn is having this revealing conversation with Izak and the others, Tedros is discussing his creative vision with Xander. To put it another way, he's talking to Xander. He's effectively telling Xander that his artistic vision stinks. Xander, much to his astonishment, accepts. He wants to do more with Jocelyn's image, and Ak agrees yes, so Jocelyn asks him to kiss her. He never says no. In The Idol episode 3, Tedros forces Jocelyn to talk about her mother. The Idol's Abel Tesfaye and Lily-Rose Depp image courtesy of HBO. While Jocelyn is having this revealing conversation with Izak and the others, Tedros is discussing his creative vision with Xander. To put it another way, he's talking to Xander. He's effectively telling Xander that his artistic vision stinks. Xander, much to his astonishment, accepts. He wishes to do more with Jocelyn's image, but the label will not let it. Tedros then asks him where he would take Jocelyn if he had complete control. Tedros is completely enamored with this concept, so much so that he instructs Xander to tell Jocelyn everything about it at dinner. Jocelyn, Tedros, Xander, Leia, Izak, Chloe, and an anonymous member of Tedros' party are seated at the table. Jocelyn is overcome with excitement at having so many people around her, and toasts are offered to family. The atmosphere is rather positive, but things take a change when Xander mentions his record concept. Not because Jocelyn is opposed, she is completely on board. Leia, on the other hand, attempts to persuade her not to do so, explaining that it will not go well with her younger supporters. Jocelyn is not convinced. What difference does it make if everyone has already seen the picture? Besides, why shouldn't she be free to use her own image as she pleases, especially when it has been well publicized? This talk devolves into a discussion on risk-taking, which devolves into a discussion of all the terrible things in Jocelyn's life, which dies when Tedros mentions Jocelyn's mother. It's a sensitive subject, and Jocelyn isn't ready to discuss it, especially concerning some aspects of their let it rest. Tedros sees an opportunity there. He requests that Izak take Leia to bed, and Izak happens next. Tedros then instructs Jocelyn to take up the brush with which her mother used to beat her. For a split second, it appears as if he's about to throw it in the fire, however that's not the case because this is The Idol. Instead,